We love it raw!
Hi, this is We Love It Raw with A.S. Caldero, Chris Coury, the future, and V-Ness. Please subscribe, listen, share, tag, make people hear this. This is a great show. Thank you guys. We love you.
We love it raw!
After the biggest announcement at WWE Payback involving the McMahon family, many have wondered and questioned how this partnership is going to work. Well, as of now, I can report that the partnership is running very smoothly. No hiccups, no bumps in the road. But the question is going to be, is it going to last? Or is it going to quickly fall apart, heading into Extreme Rules in Newark, New Jersey? If you want to know this and much more, then you have come to the right place. This is We Love It Raw. Now, I know a lot of you never got a chance to watch Monday Night Raw. But you're here now, you're listening to the show, so you're interested into what happened Monday night. So let's start the show with the Intercontinental Championship. Now we know The Miz is our Intercontinental Champion. He won that belt the night after WrestleMania. But now the question leading into Extreme Rules is, who is going to be next in line to face The Miz for the IC title? We first learned it was Cesaro getting his rematch. But then Kevin Owens at Payback made a valid statement by beating Sami Zayn, thus getting himself inserted into the Intercontinental Championship. Thus we have a triple threat match. But Sami Zayn on Monday night came into the Coalition's office and said that the new era of the WWE is all about opportunity. And he's right. Because a lot of these stars are getting opportunities unlike before. So the Coalition granted Sami Zayn a match. Win against The Miz, and you're in, making the IC title match at Extreme Rules a fatal four-way. Lose, Sami Zayn agrees he'll go to the back of the line and climb the ladder to a championship match somewhere down the road. So I applaud his decision on that. Very good, very professional, and courteous in the same way as Braun. So we now have Zayn and The Miz. And it was a good match, okay? I'm not going to deny. Zayn and The Miz put on a very good show. But it was Sami Zayn pulling off the win, thus getting himself inserted into the Intercontinental Championship match at Extreme Rules. So now we are set for the Intercontinental Championship. It is a fatal four-way between Cesaro, Kevin Owens, The Miz, and now Sami Zayn. But upon that news, The Miz was not at all thrilled because he is at a champion's disadvantage. The champion heading into Extreme Rules does not have to be pinned to lose his belt. So we are wondering, will it be Owens becoming another a two-time Intercontinental Champion? Is it going to be Cesaro gaining the Intercontinental Championship for the very first time? Will it be The Miz retaining his title? Or will it be Sami Zayn capturing gold in the WWE's main roster? Stay tuned to Extreme Rules to find out. But after that happened, we learned some other news regarding the Intercontinental Championship. Well, yes, we're not done yet. Oh no. After the Fatal 4-Way was announced, Zack Ryder comes in, and he made a very good point. Okay? His point was that he won the IC title at Mania, pulling off the Cinderella story on the grandest stage. Okay, he lost it, he admits to it, he was distracted, he let that get in, let that get to him, so he admitted to the defeat. But he also said that this new era in the WWE, it's all about making a name for yourself and an opportunity at hand. But Kevin Owens said, wait a minute, you lost. You don't deserve it. But Stephanie and Shane agreed. Let's put these two in the ring and make this Intercontinental picture really interesting. Because if Kevin Owens would have lost, Zack Ryder would be in. But if Zack Ryder loses, he's on the back of the line for the Intercontinental title or any other championship in WWE. So we're set. We now have Kevin Owens and the Cinderella in Zack Ryder. Unfortunately, Cinderella will not strike twice. Kevin Owens pulled off the win, keeping his spot in Newark at Extreme Rules for the beloved Intercontinental title. So the Fatal 4-Way for that match is still on to this day. Who knows what will happen Monday night on Raw? I'm sure very curious to find out. And speaking of championships, let's talk more now about the WWE World Title match between AJ Styles and Roman Reigns. And we know these two have gotten personal with each other over the last few weeks. We all know AJ is really close with Gallows and Anderson, now known as The Club. And we know Reigns has aligned himself with his cousins, the Usos. So it's family versus family. And we've seen this play out in WWE many, many a times. But nothing like this. So what would happen Monday night when it would be a 6-man tag team elimination match between the Club and the Reigns and Usos, known as the Roman Empire? We found out it was a clear-cut disadvantage for the Roman Empire. The Club broke down the walls of the Roman Empire, thus setting up a more physical contact between Reigns and Styles. And they went at it more physical this time than they did just last week. So we're set now with a very physical altercation at Extreme Rules. And now, this is now an Extreme Rules match. So what you saw on Raw, with chairs and all that, that's legal. So you would think advantage AJ Styles. But it could also mean advantage Roman Reigns. We're going to find out in 2 weeks at Extreme Rules. But that's what happened on that match Monday night. And when we're talking about championships, let's talk about the women's title, Charlotte. And we learned last week that Stephanie made a gutsy move, if you want to say it. Now, I know the McMahons and the Flairs, they're really tight with each other. Close, knitted, personal family relations. But Stephanie wasn't going to have it. Stephanie said, I love what you have done for the business. You're well respected here in the WWE. You've helped my husband, Triple H, progress. He looks to you as a father figure and a mentor. But unfortunately, that Extreme Rules, Rick, your band, now did not sit well with Flair. So he goes into the Coalition's office and says to Shane, I want you to reverse your sister's decision and have me outside with my daughter at Extreme Rules. Would it be that now at Extreme Rules, Flair's going to be in Charlotte's corner? No. Shane kept it the way it was. Flair is still banned at Extreme Rules, thus making it an even one-on-one match between Natalya and Charlotte for the WWE Women's title. So how would that affect Monday night's match between Charlotte and her opponent? Well, Ric Flair would make an appearance. And Shane told Flair backstage, after confirming the announcement, that if you make an appearance at any time tonight on Raw during your daughter's match, you will be thrown out of the building. And that's what happened. But Flair claimed he was just there, not to help, but to give her support. Because throughout the match, Charlotte was a bit distracted by Natalya being outside doing commentary. But Shane wasn't buying it. Comes out, throws Ric Flair out with security. So we're set now for that match. It's going to be extremely interesting. Are we going to have a new women's champion? Or are we going to have Charlotte as still the queen of the women's division? Curious to really find that out. Should be an extremely interesting match. And that is a submissions match for the women's title. And lastly, we're going to talk United States Championship. Because that's what it was. It was about championship opportunities and getting set for title matches at Extreme Rules on Monday night. And we're going to lastly talk about the U.S. title match, like I previously mentioned. We know Rusev last week won a Battle Royal to become the #1 contender for the U.S. title. He's looking to become a 2-time U.S. champion. He's the longest reigning United States champion in the modern day of WWE. And he's looking to do it again. So, upon that, he learns he's going to be facing Kalisto. So Rusev is in the ring and he just crushes Sin Cara. I mean, he destroyed him. Okay, it was no contest. And to make this short, Kalisto and Rusev just stared down one another. I mean, what can you do? I mean, they're not going to really do much until Extreme Rules. But Kalisto should be afraid because Rusev's power. He's strong. He's dominant. He's a brute. And we saw that Monday night with the destruction of his opponent. But Kalisto says that he's not afraid. In a sit-down interview on WWE.com, he told him he's up for the challenge. No matter the size, no matter the weight, no matter the height. He's up for the challenge. So we have a gutsy U.S. champion against a challenger who knows what it's like to be the United States champion. Not just because of who he is, because what he can accomplish in the ring. He's talented, Rusev is, do not get me wrong. And I think he will squat that Mosquito back to Mexico. Or we will have the Mosquito beat the Bulgarian Tank. We have seen crazier things in the WWE before. And none crazier would be if Kalisto did beat Rusev at Extreme Rules. So, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I only talked about these championship matches on the show tonight because that's what happened on Monday Night Raw. It's all about championship opportunities. Oh, and I forgot one thing before I go, ladies and gentlemen. The tag team division. We know that's a really highly contested division in the WWE. It always has been since the return of the Dudleys, almost a year ago, this coming August. And we know now is the Vaudevillains, who are now the #1 contenders for the tag team titles. It would have been Enzo and Cass, but due to the injury by Enzo, it allowed the Vaudevillains to claim the stake as the #1 contenders for the tag team titles. And they were out there, the Vaudevillains were scouting the match between the Dudleys and the New Day. And to make this short and sweet, the Dudleys just ran all over the New Day. Alright? Laid them out with clotheslines, vicious moves, you name it, they did it all. But it's what happened at the end of the match that really had a lot of people talking. The Vaudevillains made their statement known that they are ready to dethrone the New Day and take their rightful place as WWE Tag Team Champions. So we will see. Like I said, Extreme Rules is shaping up to be pretty good. All these guys are getting their opportunities of a lifetime. A lot of new matches for championships. Nobody would have thought Rusev Kalisto. Nobody would have thought Fatal 4-Way for the Intercontinental title. Nobody would have thought AJ Roman Reigns Part 2 Extreme Rules match. Nobody would have thought Charlotte Natalya submissions match with no Ric Flair. And nobody would have thought Vaudevillain's New Day tag team title match. So this coalition with Stephanie and Shane McMahon is proven to be very successful. But as Raw went off the air, and Shane took the call from his sons, Stephanie was left in the ring alone. Not the ring, the room alone, with the picture of Vince and Baby Shane. Now one has to think, what's going to happen next week on Raw? Are we going to see the demolition and the destruction of the coalition partnership? What devious plan is Stephanie thinking? Because upon looking at that picture, Stephanie has a smile on her face, like she's up to no good. And we know what Stephanie can do when it's her time to shine. I'm very curious to find out, and all of you are extremely curious to find out what happens Monday night on Raw. We will see you next week, ladies and gentlemen, for We Love It Raw. Because next week, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to give you a show unlike no other. We will get you set. We are going to focus next week on Extreme Rules and every match there is. So stay tuned. We look forward to hearing from you. We look forward to sharing this video. And we definitely look forward to you to liking it and telling your friends that this show is what you need for everything WWE. Until next week, ladies and gentlemen, I'm signing off. I am the boss, saying keep it real, and most definitely keep it raw. We will see you next week. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is a We Love It Raw special review on Camp WWE. Before I go into Camp WWE's review, I just want to make this very, very clear to everybody out there, especially parents with children. Now, we know the WWE is a family-oriented show. PG for all children of all ages. Because that's the era we live in now with WWE. But with the WWE Network, it's completely different, ladies and gentlemen. You got shows that are rated M, MA, and other ratings that I don't want to go into. But with Camp WWE, it's everything combined into one. It has graphic situations, explicit content, and of course, vulgar language. So, parental advisories are posted before the show and after the show. And we're just going to make it clear, ladies and gentlemen, here, that if you have children that watch the WWE Network, I suggest that you activate the parental controls on the network to prevent your kids from obtaining the language and seeing the situations that occur on this adult-themed episode of Camp WWE. So, please hear this warning, because we look out for our future generation of children each and every week. So without hesitation, let's get right into this week's episode, is Where's My Eyebrow? And let me tell you right now, it was hilarious, okay? If you thought last week's episode 1 of Camp WWE was funny, this was good. it focused on The Rock, and I'll tell you right off the bat, he confronted Stone Cold Steve Austin, and he goes, "Excuse me, who are you?" And Austin's like, "I'm so," and The Rock goes, "It doesn't matter who you are, theme song," and he's walking, the theme song is going off, and I thought that was really, really good. But The Rock would have his eyebrows shaved, and we were trying to figure out who did it. Was it Taker, Big Show, Mark Henry, Ambrose, Reigns, Rusev? Whoever was in Camp WWE is a suspect. And Vince, who is the camp leader of WWE's camp, made it clear that whoever doesn't come forward will be thrown out, along with everybody else at Camp WWE. But we started getting clearer sense that without the eyebrow, The Rock is just a normal human being, but he was klutzier. Alright? He would cause accidents, he would do this and do that. You know, he would be a klutz without that eyebrow. And Rick tried to help him out, but to no avail. So, at the end of the show, we found out that we thought it was John Cena, because Cena would come out and say, "You know what, I did it." But The Rock said, "Wait a minute, what are you talking about, Fruity Pebbles? I cut John Cena's eyebrow off, and I have to leave Camp WWE, I'll leave." But Vince comes out with a stunning announcement and says, no, wait a minute, hold on. You're not going anywhere, John, because you're not the one that did it. I'm the one that did it. And everybody at Camp WWE was shocked, like, why, Vince, why? Because he felt that The Rock was gaining more attention than Vince McMahon himself. And that was not sitting very well with Vince. So Vince took it to himself, cut the eyebrow of The Rock off, thus making Vince McMahon the prime suspect of Camp WWE. But all wasn't lost, all wasn't sacrificed, alright? Nobody was thrown out of Camp WWE, but I would just suggest watch it. It's hilarious. For episode 3, there's no timetable yet for a release. Probably going to be Monday night after Raw. But this week's episode was really, really good. So watch it. Let us know what you think. Share, submit, like, tell your friends, families, you know, that Camp WWE is one adult-themed show that cannot be missed. And I look forward to giving you more of these reviews as they happen with Camp WWE going down the road. We will see you next Monday night for possibly another Camp WWE review.